And thank you so much for being here at 6 a.m. on this Tuesday, everyone. I'm Eric Connor. So let's get a check on our forecast with meteorologist Evan Ronnie. If you liked what you saw yesterday, Evan, a little rinse and repeat here, huh?
Exactly. I mean, summer-like weather, as we've been talking about,
nice.
Sunshine each afternoon. You really can't ask for better conditions if you enjoy that warmth out there in the afternoon. We start off the morning with some dense fog out right by the water. That's about all the interference we have. It's not stretching to our inland valleys at all. Temperatures, therefore, along the coastline are going to be a little bit cooler. 69 degrees is what we're looking at as that afternoon high out by the water. But look at our inland valleys at 80, our deserts at 90, and the mountains in the 70s. Coming up, we'll talk about the cooler temperatures and the cloudier skies expected by this weekend. Eric?
A big announcement from Governor Gavin Newsom. He says he is releasing hundreds of millions of dollars in additional funding to address homelessness. In order to get the funds, cities must present focused plans on how they'll use the money. CBS 8's Virginia Yorita live downtown now with details on this, including this new website that's aimed at helping these cities be held accountable here.
That's correct. Good morning, Eric and Evan. And like you said, there is a website. We'll get to that in just a second. But this is a new move that even homeless advocates are praising the California governor because they say that cities and counties need to provide this data to show if they're failing and to take accountability. Now, Governor Gavin Newsom says he's not just going to hand over this new funding for cities and counties unless they can prove they're putting that money to good use. His strong message comes as he announced allocating $920 million in new funding aimed at addressing housing, homelessness, and behavioral health. The city of San Diego is set to receive tens of millions of dollars, but only if they provide their specific strategies. During a virtual news conference this week, Newsom demonstrated that new website that aims to provide real-time statistics, including homeless numbers and money spent across cities and counties. At one point, he looked up San Diego County, saying, "We appear to be struggling." And in a statement, the mayor's office defended itself, telling CBS 8 the website, quote, lumps the city of San Diego in with the county of San Diego and the region's 17 other cities, which could actually limit accountability. So here's more of what Newsom says about this possible funding.
It's an aggregated site that basically provides basic information about what's happening or not happening in cities and counties all throughout the state of California.
And to access this new website, you can actually go to accountability.ca.gov, or you can head to cbs8.com to check for that website. It's on our story. Just click on this news story. I'll send it back to you.
Regina, thank you. Today, the father accused of murdering his 6-day-old son is appearing in court. Prosecutors say 22-year-old David Ruiz purposely killed the newborn because he didn't want to be a father. Deputies and firefighters found the baby unconscious last week at a home in Spring Valley. The boy sadly died at the scene. Prosecutors say Ruiz was dating the baby's mother, but they were not living together.
Also this morning, the community is remembering CAL FIRE Captain Rebecca Marodi. Last week, she was found stabbed to death in her home in Ramona. Last night, the motorcycle group that Marodi was part of gathered for a ride from San Diego to Temecula. After that ride, they met up at the Karl Strauss Brewing Company in Temecula. And this morning, the search continues for Yolanda Marodi. That's the woman accused of stabbing and killing Captain Marodi, her wife of 2 years. Authorities say the suspect is believed to be traveling with a small white dog and is driving a 2013 Chevrolet Equinox. You see that info there on your screen. Meantime, CAL FIRE San Diego has opened up a CAL FIRE Benevolent Fund in Marodi's name. You can donate online through the official CAL FIRE portal. Marodi was the primary caregiver for her 77-year-old mother.
The sole caregiver for her mother, who now is, falling some hard times due to no longer having a caregiver. So we're there to help support her in whatever any way she needs.
So for more information on how to donate, you can head to our website, cbs8.com. Just click on this story. And this morning, there's optimism from President Trump on reaching an end to Russia's 3-year war in Ukraine. He says the deal could be weeks away, but the president continues to split with European allies and is refusing to blame Russia. Meantime, Russian President Vladimir Putin signaled a peace deal could be further away than Trump's proposed timeline. Here at home, dozens of supporters of Ukraine and its fight for freedom gathered at Balboa Park last night. Ukrainian refugees marked the somber 3rd anniversary of Russia's invasion, praying this conflict will come to a soon end.
Don't really have to be a Ukrainian to support Ukrainians. All you have to be is human.
This comes as Russia launched a record number of drones into Ukraine over the weekend, killing at least 3 more people.
This morning, federal employees have more time to send in a list of work accomplishments from last week. Elon Musk is giving them a second chance after last night's deadline came and went, still threatening job losses for those who don't comply. But there's also confusion after President Trump's Office of Personnel Management sent a memo to federal agency heads saying it was up to them to determine how to handle the DOGE directive. Some have already told workers not to respond. San Diego County Supervisor Tara Lawson-Remer is criticizing the Trump administration for freezing federal funding, which she says is already impacting local services. That includes tracking pollution in the Tijuana River Valley, frozen disaster relief grants, and a pause in communication with the CDC. Lawson-Remer also says federal funds keep emergency shelters open, help struggling renters, and help finance affordable housing developments. The county's annual budget relies on over $1 billion of federal funds. Lawson-Remer says it's our money.
Not handouts from Washington. Local San Diegans pay billions of dollars in federal taxes every single year, and that money is meant to come back to our community to fund essential services.
Lawson-Remer warned that San Diegans should prepare for potential service reductions. Hey, take a look at this. The moon looking beautiful right now. See the little sliver right there? It's in the waning crescent phase. This is video shot by our photographer here this morning. So you got that little sliver out there next to the palm tree as the sun will be coming up here pretty soon here.
Yeah,
Evan.
exactly. We get that daily moon set and
That's
that
nice.
moonrise, same as the sunset and sunrise. However, out by the water, you might have some trouble seeing it. It's a little easier to see as you make your way inland. We're in Kearney Mesa here, which is where that video was shot. But out by the water, you have that dense layer of fog. This is Hotel Del. As we kick off the morning, you can see what we're talking about on satellite radar imagery. We're starting to get a little bit more of that cloud cover built in from Long Beach down through our county border with Orange County. And then while we don't have as much of that cloud cover from Oceanside down through about Del Mar, south of Del Mar toward downtown San Diego, and then all the way to the international border, you've got a fair amount of it joining us this morning. So in turn, it's reflected on our visibility map here. We are at less than a mile. 0.8 miles in San Diego. We are looking good in El Cajon this morning. Issues are in place in Otay Mesa, where we have 3 miles of visibility, and that, of course, is that dense fog advisory that is going to last through 9 a.m. out by the water. In terms of our afternoon highs, we're not going to be impacted all that much by the fog. Fog is going to likely keep our temperatures from reaching their max capacity out by the water, but most of our models still keep us about 2 to 5 degrees warmer than average close to the water. In Ramona, we're going to be much deeper into it, into this heat. 14 degrees warmer than average, whereas average would be 66. Ramona's going for 80. Borrego Springs going for 89 this afternoon, 16 degrees warmer than average. In the meantime, right now, walking out the door, 40s and 50s. 47 in Santee under clear skies. Carlsbad is starting to see some partial clearing at 49 degrees. Cloud cover hangs on for National City, Chula Vista, and downtown San Diego in the low 50s. And we see these temperatures continue to warm all the way through Thursday before a slide into the weekend that'll bring us cooler temperatures and likely some cloudier skies as well. Let's take a look at your border wait times, or excuse me, your traffic conditions, and then we'll check in on border wait times. Right now, your drive times outside, all in the green, looking smooth on the 5 southbound, 78 westbound, and 52 westbound. Now a look at your drive times, where we start off the morning commute at the San Ysidro Port of Entry this morning. Things are, they're all right, I'd say, in the kind of medium range as far as traffic goes. San Ysidro Port of Entry at 75 minutes, so an hour 15. Otay Mesa Port of Entry, about an hour in total.